Now it's time for the Enpro gas price forecast. Let's bring in Roger McKnight, Chief Petroleum Analyst at Enpro International. So, Roger, we were looking at the price of oil a little bit earlier in the show seeing it below $80 US a barrel. What are you watching out for when it comes to the price of oil? And then we'll get into the gasoline side of things.
I guess what I'm looking at is the Russian cuts that they're announcing. They announced for 500,000 barrels a day in March. Then another rumored 60,000 barrels a day as a cut, which would tend to increase the price of crude. Then we have the long-awaited, I guess, increase in China demand post-COVID that has yet to occur. So that's sort of the pressure of crude prices going up, but the pressure for it going down in the opposite direction is the inflation numbers that we're seeing, the higher interest rates that are being anticipated and even announced. And that's pretty intimidating if you're a consumer. Do I want to go on that long trip or not? So that tends to put prices down. And we have the continued increase in crude inventory, U.S. crude inventories, which may be because of President Biden's continuously dipping into the SPR, and it also be because of the low refinery runs. If the refineries don't need the crude, then the crude goes into commercial inventories, and so that is a downward pressure on crude prices and a downward pressure on short-term gasoline and diesel prices.
So, definitely pressures from both sides that you outlined there, Roger. What's sort of winning at this point in terms of those upward pressures or downward ones?
My personal one would be upward pressure because those refinery runs are going to come back to haunt us pretty soon. They're saying that it's going to be 1.4 million barrels of production. Refinery production is going to come off stream this month and into early next month. So I'm leaning on this. I'm looking at refinery runs as the determining factor, and that's going to spook people and get prices back up again. Very slightly. We're not going to see a huge spike, but the refinery runs are the thing that I'm looking at.
Okay, so Roger, can you take us through your expectations then for gas prices in Canada over the next week?
Okay, we'll start off in Vancouver. We'll go west to east. Vancouver, Lower Mainland, BC, and Vancouver Island going up a cent to $1.90. Alberta, Calgary, Edmonton going up 2 cents to $1.30. I'm not seeing any changes in the Saskatchewan and Manitoba, which I find very confusing. Their retail gasoline margins, the margin that the retailer makes are double what they are in the rest of the country. I don't know why that is happening. Southern Ontario, Toronto market, I'm looking going up 2 cents to $1.43. Montreal, Quebec City going up 2 cents to $1.60. And the Maritimes down 3 to $1.46. So generally speaking, it's a slight increase. I don't know how long it'll hold. You have to watch the refinery runs.